Well, I must begin by saying I'm honored to participate in this debate on so weighty a subject as the relative merits of Latke-Hamentashen. I stand before you today to establish the unquestioned superiority of Latke's over the... Toward that end, I wish to make three arguments. First, the argument from food. Second, the argument from song. And third, the argument from popular culture. Let's begin with the consideration of nutrition. Latkes are made principally of potatoes, as you all know, a foundation of the food pyramid. Additional ingredients are similarly fundamental to good health: salt, without which we could not survive; onion, known to have healing powers in many cultures; and oil, which, if chosen correctly, provides monounsaturated fatty acids that help reduce the risk of cancer and heart disease. Hamentashen, in contrast, features bleached flour, butter, sugar, and processed fruit, a veritable time bomb for diabetes and strokes. Eating latkes carries social as well as nutritional value. As everyone knows, latkes are best eaten when they are cooked. As a result, family and friends gather together in excited anticipation of savoring these delicacies right off the grill. In other words, latkes build community. Hamentashen, in contrast, is little more than a Jewish Pop-Tart. It's fast food, grab and go. This means it's the stuff of radical individualism. When the sugar high wears off, one is left isolated and depressed. Latkes may be eaten with either applesauce or sour cream. As such, they capture the dialectical character of human experience, both the sweet and the sour. In this way, latkes stand on a ritual par with matzah, which on Passover is eaten together with harosis and herbs to capture the complexity of life in bondage. Now, this symbolic significance of eating latkes points to our second argument, the argument from song. The renowned folklorist Alan Lomax rightly argued that song represents a heightened form of speech. In other words, in song we elevate those feelings and ideas that are most important to us as individuals and as a culture. So a careful examination of Latke and Hamentashen songs will provide real insight into their relative significance. First, we must note that there are many more songs about Latkes than Hamentashen. But more important than their relative number is their content. Latke songs speak to fundamental questions of human existence. To give but one example, the Latke song, Latkes become a metaphor for the longing and self-doubt that are so fundamental to human experience. And I quote, "I am so mixed up, I cannot tell you. I'm sitting here in this blender turning brown. I've made friends with the onions and the flour, and they cook the scouting oil in the town. I sit here wondering what will become of me. I can't be eaten looking as I do. I need someone to take me out, or I'll really end up in a royal stew. I am a Latke. I'm a Latke, and I'm waiting for Hanukkah." Now, clearly, at one time or another in our lives, we've all been Latkes. Compare this, if you will, to the tautological insignificance of one of the few songs about Hamentashen, Haman's hat. My hat, it has three corners has my hat. And had it not three corners, it wouldn't be my hat. More troublesome is the fact that when Hamentashen does appear in song, it is most frequently associated with wickedness and depravity. Take, for example, the wicked, wicked man. Well, once there was a wicked, wicked man, and Haman was his name. He lied and lied about the Jews, though they were not to blame. Oh, today will Mary, Mary be, and not some Hamentashen. Then there's the offering by the nice Jewish girls gone bad. Under the guise of a feminist critique, they offer up what they call the filthiest song about Hamentashen. about which I can only say that in their rendition, a Hamentashen is not a hat. Use your imagination. Now compare this to the more positive and wholesome I Love Latkes, composed by Danny and the G-Boys and performed in a plaintive style reminiscent of the Velvet Underground in 1969. I love my Latkes. Do you love yours? I love mine. My Latkes are mighty fine. Let us celebrate tonight on this festival of lights. In short, the choice between Latkes and Hamentashen is a choice between love, light, and life on the one hand, and wickedness and depravity on the other. Finally, the argument from popular culture. Though on the surface lacking the gravitas of the arguments from food or song, popular culture does dominate today's collective consciousness. So I would be remiss in ignoring this influential sphere. To take the pulse of popular culture, I, of course, visited YouTube. I discovered 3 entries for Hamentashen. 2 of them evoked the Latke-Hamentashen debate, so in truth they were as much about Latkes as they were about Hamentashen. The third showed a 10-month-old child in the arms of her grandma, holding a Hamentashen as the child's mother off camera kept saying, "Isn't that delicious? Isn't that delicious?" The child, unable to walk or speak, eyed the Hamentashen warily, the look of a Guantanamo Bay prisoner. In contrast, I found 240 entries for Latkes. There were songs, cooking lessons, Bubbas and Babies, Talmudic debates on applesauce versus sour cream, and a Latke eating contest. In short, we find here a vibrant, virtual Latke culture in comparison to Hamentashen's video desert. In conclusion, as a wise man once said, "Van een gemeene boba komt de rooiste vlees. From a poor potato comes the finest handles." In the humble Latke, we experience transcendence, joyfulness, community, and discover the meaning of life. Thank you.